For anyone that's ever thought about real estate investing, they've probably heard that one of the most important things in an investment is location, location, location. Well, there's a reason that that saying exists, because location is one of the most critical elements that you as an investor have control in when deciding to make an investment. On this video, we are going to break down why we think Phoenix, Arizona is one of the best places in the country, if not the world, when it comes to investing in multifamily real estate. If you follow this channel, you see that we broke down Houston and why we invested so heavily in Houston previously, right? We have invested in over 1,100 apartment units in Houston, Texas. If you're an investor, you want diversification. You don't want to invest all your money with one operator in one market. To diversify and reduce the risk, the geographic risk of one area, especially one with a binary risk for hurricanes, tornadoes, and floods, we have to consider other markets and have our money spread apart in different areas. Like I mentioned, Phoenix is a booming town, right? And so we've been looking for great opportunity in Phoenix, and we finally found one. At the time of this recording, we just finished acquiring a 100-unit multifamily real estate value-add Class B property in Peoria, Phoenix, Arizona, and we're absolutely excited about it. By the end of this video, you're gonna have an idea, a general idea, what the several major factors you should consider before investing, not just in Phoenix, but in any real estate market. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dr. Johnny Walker, aka, thank you, aka Dr. Jonathan Withanacci. All right, settle down, guys, settle down. I'm happy to be here too. I'm a veteran endodontist of 15 years, and I'm also a successful real estate investor over the last 14 years. In 2019, I founded Walk of Wealth Capital, which is a real estate investment firm that helps dentists to invest passively in real estate so that they can achieve true financial freedom. In that time period, we have gone on to invest in 1,623 apartment units valued at $241 million. Boom! Listen, I get excited. I'm just a regular guy. I came from a very poor immigrant family. So when I'm here and able to see that these type of numbers and things that we've achieved, I often pinch myself, right? I have great gratitude for being here, for being able to make this channel. This channel is meant to fast track your success. It's trying to give you the information in a curated fashion that a busy professional would want to know. Before we get into it, if you haven't joined yet, join our Facebook group. It might be the single most important decision you make. It's called Financial Freedom for Dentists. A lot of the content we talk about on this channel, we talk about there in the group, but there you can also converse, network with 1,000 other dentists that are in the same boat as you, have done things that you are trying to achieve, or maybe a few steps ahead of where you are. And I try to deliver tremendous value to my group members, right? I give my time very freely in that group. So definitely join. It's called Financial Freedom for Dentists. And finally, before we get started, we are excited to launch a 2-day passive investor workshop. This is a fast track to investing passively like a professional for dentists. This is for the beginner dentist who's never invested in real estate before, but know they want to get out of the stock market casino. They want diversification. They want to start investing in something that provides them monthly income and cash flows, and they just don't know how to get started. Well, this workshop is for you, right? This is a fast track. It's going to go over all the important investing terms that you should understand, how to break down an offering, what to look for, what red flags that you will see, how to find and vet a sponsor, how to choose a geographic location to invest in. We're going to touch on that today. All right, well, that's a perfect segue. Let's get right into the video here. If you're an investor, would you rather own or invest in a brand new Class A apartment building in a city overrun with crime that you can buy at a great cap rate? Or would you want a slightly older vintage property, a little bit more outdated, fewer, less amenities, a Class B fixer-upper building, but it's smack dab in the path of progression? All around that building, you see development happening, brand new retailers, you see brand new buildings all coming into place. That decision is pretty easy, right? You want the older building, even though it's not the bright, brand new, shiny building in a bad location, you'd rather have a lesser property in a great location, right? So that's what I love about real estate. You don't have to guess. You only have to look at the path of progression. That means, where is the city expanding? Within Phoenix is a major market, but within any major market, there's a whole bunch of little sub-markets, and those sub-markets behave very differently from one another. So within a booming market, you still have submarkets that are underperforming, people are leaving, and you have submarkets that are improving in terms of population and median income growth and all the other factors we consider when investing in multifamily real estate. There may be submarkets that's outpacing the general city, right? The city as a whole. So focusing on particular submarkets is very easy because you can see where the city is spending money, where the central planners are saying, hey, we are going to be developing this area, right? We're going to be bringing in major retailers. We're going to build parks. We're going to build homes. We're going to build a whole community in this area. Well, those type of announcements are made years in advance of them actually going and doing it. So it's a very easy bet as a real estate investor. Well, hey, where the government and local city planners are saying we want development is most likely where the development's going to happen, right? And that's where the most desirable real estate is going to be. Choosing to invest in a place along the path of progression where you have favorable demographics creates massive tailwinds for your investment. In this video, we're talking very general, right? We're talking about markets and sub-markets. But real estate is a very local business as well. In commercial real estate, the local street can make a difference. There are local nuances that you have to take in place even in a sub-market, but that's beyond what this video is about. This video is talking about the market in general. But I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that you have to consider many more different things before choosing where you're going to invest. So what is it about Phoenix in particular? Well, as I was kind of alluding to before, if you look at the top metric that multifamily real estate investors look at, and the top three are job growth, median income growth, and population growth. Phoenix has been in the top three in all of the major multifamily categories for over a decade. It has been, it still is, and because of the things that we're going to talk about in the video, will continue in the future to still have massive growth in all of these areas. So these are all very favorable when you're talking about multifamily real estate, because if you have lots of jobs and people's income is going up and there's a lot of people moving to the area, well, guess what? All these people that have new jobs and new money all need a place to live. And this creates a lot of demand, right? And demand goes up for a scarce resource, affordable housing, which isn't increasing fast enough, right? All the new construction in Phoenix are Class A. So Class B, there's a squeeze. And what happens is, that puts upward pressure on rents. When upward pressure on rents causes upward net income. And when net income goes up, so does the value and profits for the dentist. And the great thing is, you don't have to do too much except make sure you're positioned favorably, right? So if you're invested in the right places, you have all these natural things pushing your investment forward. Where do you get this information? Where are people moving? Well, there's many different sites that you can get commercial real estate information. There's paid sites like CoStar. Yardi Matrix is a widely used one by commercial real estate investors. Some are paid sites and some are not paid. But this demographics information, especially for the poor man, there's a plethora of information available with simple Google searches. So when we're talking about job growth in Phoenix, right? Huge companies continue to pour into Phoenix. Phoenix has oodles and oodles of Fortune 500 and Fortune 100 companies with head offices right there in Phoenix. And more of them continue to move in. For example, the Taiwan Semiconductor Factory announced a $40 billion gigafactory to be built in Phoenix, right? There's several multi-billion-dollar projects that are all coming into Phoenix in a very short time span. And all of these massive projects are going to require lots and lots of people. So don't expect those types of things to slow down in Phoenix at all. The other great thing about Phoenix is there's no natural disaster, right? We talked about it in Houston, in the coastal markets of Florida. There's a lot of great real estate. That's two of the hottest states in the country by far, in Texas and Florida. But Texas and Florida also are seeing a lot of risk in terms of property insurance. Property insurance premiums are doubling, tripling, and in some cases even quadrupling as the amount and frequency and severity of natural disasters continues to increase. In Phoenix, we don't have any of those. We don't have any natural disasters. In fact, there's 300 days of sun per year. These are some of the major factors that these very large companies, institutions, think about before they decide, hey, we're going to spend billions to build a headquarters there, right? They have access to data. They have teams of researchers that look at this stuff way more than I or you can ever have access to, and they still choose Phoenix. Third important factor, Phoenix, Arizona in general, is a landlord-friendly state, and it is a business-friendly state. It is a great place for business operators to work. And a lot of these, especially with these draconian laws that are coming in places like California, New York, you're seeing an exodus of companies and people leaving California to the neighboring state of Arizona. All right, this video is going a little bit longer than I already wanted to, but you can see some of the major things you consider when you are looking at a market. You're looking at what the local government, federal government, municipalities, are they trying to achieve? They're going to give tax breaks. They're going to encourage development in certain areas of the city over the other. Go to places where people are moving, where there's lots of jobs, right? Where there's lots of growth. Growth, activity, these are all very important elements of real estate. Now, what about you? Tell me about some of the markets that you are considering in the comments below. I'd love to break down another city, analyze another market, and we're always on the hunt for great real estate and great opportunities so that we can help our investors develop the streams of income and keep increasing their degrees of financial freedom. All right, guys, that's it for today. I'm Dr. Johnny Walker. I've had an absolute blast with you guys here today. If you got a lot of value from this video, please like and comment. If you have another city that you'd like to recommend us to break down, leave it in the comments below. Please do share this channel, this particular video, with like-minded colleagues. And until next time, to quote the late and great Jerry Springer, take care of yourself and each other. Live a life of abundance, and let's take the walk of wealth together, guys. Boom.